So I want to talk about Biden because keeping it fair. A couple weeks ago, Biden fell down on stage. Now, when he fell on stage, a lot of people said, not again. Because if you can recall, not that long ago, he tripped or he stumbled on stage. Then quite, regularly when he speaks or have speeches, he stumbles over his words. Now, I'm not criticizing him for that because I stutter as well. So people that stutter in speech, people that, I don't know the exact term, they've talked about like this is a normal, I don't know if it's called a disorder. So like you can't really fault him or hold that against him because he stutters. Like a lot of people that are, I mean, I don't know, do you think that he stutters because he stutters that he's not highly educated? I was going to say quite a few highly educated people may stutter or have a speech impediment. So I don't really get the correlation there. But some people did bring up he stumbles over his words, then he's also falling on stage and he's old. So that has been said. That was said when he fell the first time. Some people, okay, he fell one time, cutting him slack. When he failed his second time, even I was like, okay, he is getting a little bit old and the man is falling. Not he fell, he is falling on multiple occasions. I said this in my head and I got on Twitter and then I went to my different news sources of places I go to get news, which is not always mainstream. Like Roland Martin, I always mention him. And he mentioned, and then I went to go find an article that there was a sandbag on stage. And that is why Joe Biden tripped. Now, in the article I read, the article did quote somebody that's on Joe Biden's team that said that there was a sandbag on stage, and that's why Joe Biden fell. But nowhere in the article did they explicitly say, like, this is why there was a sandbag on stage. I feel like that was intentionally left out. And the news source that I got this article from, which is the Huffington Post, that's not necessary. That's not even what you call it, white right wing, I guess you could say that. So I don't know why they wouldn't mention that. And then I've looked at other outlets and they have not mentioned that as well, that there was a sandbag on stage and that could be why he tripped. I feel like that's being intentionally left out because it's just trying to build on this Joe narrative, and I don't necessarily like it when it's not being entirely true. If you're going to speak something, just say the truth. You just don't like Joe, or somebody just say you don't like them, but just don't leave something out or just try to misconstrue something. And I feel like this is being misconstrued because I seen the video where he fell, and in the video he was pointing to something on the stage, and in another angle of the video you saw that the actual sandbag, and in the most popular video you just saw him getting up and then pointing at something on the stage. So let's talk about the real truth. And I'm not even 100% Joe based on what's been going on, but if we're going to keep it a buck, let's keep it a buck.